Have you found yourself lately struggling more with those stairs? Feeling a dull ache in your knees after a short walk? Or perhaps just noticing your legs feel a bit weaker, a little less reliable than they used to be? It's a frustrating reality many of us face as we get a bit older. That feeling of our strength slowly slipping away, especially in our legs, which are so crucial for our independence. We often chalk it up to just getting older, don't we? But what if I told you there's a surprising culprit hiding in plain sight? Something many of us consider healthy that might actually be sabotaging your leg strength right now. It's not a secret exercise routine you're missing, nor some expensive supplement you haven't tried. The truth is, some of the very fruits you might be enjoying every day could be quietly destroying the strength in your legs, making those simple movements feel like monumental tasks. This isn't about scaring you, but empowering you with knowledge. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 surprising fruits that, when consumed regularly or in large amounts, can contribute to weakened leg muscles and increased discomfort for seniors. We'll explore why these seemingly innocent foods might be doing more harm than good for your precious leg strength, and what you can do about it. Watch to the very end, because I promise you, what we reveal might truly surprise you and change the way you look at your fruit bowl forever. Let's start our journey into these surprising culprits with a category that often sneaks into our diets under the guise of being perfectly wholesome dried fruits. Think about those seemingly innocent little raisins, dates, dried apricots, or even dried cranberries you might sprinkle on your cereal, add to your yogurt, or snack on by the handful. They seem natural, right, full of fiber and nutrients, a convenient way to get your fruit intake. But here's the catch, and it's a big one, especially when it comes to preserving your leg strength. When fruit is dried, almost all of its water content is removed. What's left is a highly concentrated package of sugar, often much more than you'd find in its fresh counterpart, ounce for ounce. A small handful of raisins, for instance, can contain as much sugar as a significantly larger serving of fresh grapes. This concentrated sugar content creates a rapid spike in your blood sugar levels, far more dramatic than what you'd experience from eating the same fruit fresh. For seniors, these frequent blood sugar spikes can be particularly problematic. Over time, high blood sugar can contribute to chronic inflammation throughout your body. And what does chronic inflammation do? It's like a silent fire that slowly eats away at your body's tissues, including your muscles and joints. When your body is constantly battling inflammation, your muscles don't recover as efficiently, they don't respond as well to exercise, and they can even start to break down more quickly. This process is directly linked to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength, which disproportionately affects leg strength. Think about it: if your muscles are inflamed and struggling to repair, how can they maintain the power and endurance you need for walking, climbing stairs, or simply standing up from a chair beyond inflammation? The sheer amount of sugar in dried fruits can lead to energy crashes. You get that initial sugar rush, feeling a burst of energy, but then your blood sugar plummets, leaving you feeling tired, sluggish, and less inclined to be active. When you're feeling drained, you're less likely to engage in the very activities that help maintain your leg strength, like walking or light exercises. It becomes a vicious cycle. So, while a few dried cranberries in your trail mix might seem harmless, regular, generous consumption can be quietly undermining your leg strength. Instead of dried fruits, reach for their fresh counterparts whenever possible. A cup of fresh berries or a whole apple provides not only the natural sugars, but also all the fiber and water that slows down sugar absorption, giving your body a much gentler energy release and far less inflammatory impact. Now, let's talk about another common fruit that often gets a free pass: grapes, particularly the seedless varieties that are so easy to pop into your mouth, one after another. Without much thought, grapes are small, sweet, and incredibly appealing, especially when chilled. They seem so light and refreshing, don't they? But like dried fruits, grapes, particularly in the quantities many of us consume them, are surprisingly high in sugar. A single cup of grapes, which is easily eaten without even thinking about it, can contain around 23 grams of sugar. To put that in perspective, that's almost 6 teaspoons of sugar. And how often do we stop at just 1 cup? It's very easy to polish off a much larger portion while watching TV or chatting with friends. The problem with consuming large quantities of high-sugar fruits like grapes, especially without much accompanying fiber or protein, is similar to the issue with dried fruits' rapid blood sugar spikes. These spikes, as we discussed, contribute to chronic inflammation, which directly impacts muscle health and joint function. Over time, this inflammation can make your leg muscles feel achy, stiff, and less resilient. Imagine trying to walk briskly or stand for extended periods. When your muscles are constantly inflamed, it's going to feel much harder. Furthermore, excess sugar in your diet can contribute to weight gain. Grapes, being so calorie-dense from their sugar, can quickly add up if you're not mindful of portion sizes. Carrying extra weight puts additional strain on your leg joints, particularly your knees and hips, which are vital for leg strength and mobility. This added pressure can exacerbate existing joint issues and even lead to new ones, making activities that strengthen your legs painful and discouraging. Instead of snacking mindlessly on a large bowl of grapes, try pairing a smaller handful with some protein, like a few almonds or a piece of cheese. The protein and healthy fats will help slow down the sugar absorption, providing a more sustained energy release and reducing the likelihood of those damaging blood sugar spikes. Or consider switching some of your grape consumption for berries, which offer a similar sweetness, but with significantly less sugar and more fiber. Our third fruit to consider, one that is often championed for its potassium content, is the banana. Yes, bananas are rich in potassium, a mineral crucial for heart health and muscle function. However, for seniors, the ripeness of the banana and the quantity consumed can make a significant difference to leg strength. A very ripe banana, the kind with brown spots, contains even more readily available sugar than a less ripe one. A medium ripe banana can pack around 14 grams of sugar. While that's less than some other fruits, the issue arises when bananas become a daily, multiple times a day habit, or when chosen as a quick energy boost without considering their impact. The immediate sugar release from a ripe banana, especially on an empty stomach, can lead to a quick energy boost followed by an equally quick slump. This sugar roller coaster tires out your system, including your muscles, making you feel fatigued and less inclined to move. For someone trying to maintain or build leg strength, consistent energy levels are key to regular physical activity. If your energy is constantly dipping, your motivation to walk, stand, or exercise can plummet, directly impacting your muscle maintenance. Moreover, while potassium is good, relying solely on bananas for it means you're consuming a lot of sugar without diversifying your nutrient intake. A balanced diet, rich in a variety of fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins, is far more effective for overall muscle health and preventing sarcopenia. Excess sugar, regardless of its source, can contribute to systemic inflammation and the accumulation of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which are compounds formed when sugar reacts with proteins or fats. These AGEs can damage tissues, including muscle tissue, making it less elastic and more prone to injury, ultimately undermining your leg strength. If you enjoy bananas, consider consuming them less frequently, choosing slightly less ripe ones, and always pairing them with a source of protein or healthy fat, such as a spoonful of almond butter or a hard-boiled egg. This combination helps to slow down the sugar absorption, providing a more stable energy release and protecting your leg strength in the long run. Now that we've discussed how dried fruits, grapes, and bananas, when overconsumed, can subtly undermine your leg strength, let's move on to other fruits that might be doing the same. Next up on our list of surprising fruits that can secretly sabotage your leg strength are 2 tropical delights: mangoes and pineapples. These fruits are undeniably delicious, offering a sweet escape. But their very sweetness is where the concern for our leg strength lies, especially for seniors. Let's start with the magnificent mango. A single medium-sized mango can contain a whopping 45 grams of sugar. That's equivalent to more than 11 teaspoons of sugar, all in one sitting. While mangoes do offer vitamins and fiber, Their high sugar content means they deliver a significant glycemic load. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar levels, similar to what we discussed with dried fruits and grapes. For older adults, these frequent and significant sugar surges can be particularly detrimental. Your body's ability to process sugar can become less efficient with age, making you more susceptible to the negative effects of high blood sugar. As we've explored, sustained high blood sugar leads to chronic inflammation. This inflammation isn't just uncomfortable. It actively degrades muscle tissue over time, hindering its ability to repair and rebuild. Imagine your leg muscles trying to perform their daily duties while constantly inflamed. They'll feel weaker, tire more easily, and be more prone to aches and pains. This chronic inflammatory state directly contributes to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength, making those everyday movements like walking or climbing stairs feel much more arduous. Furthermore, the sheer calorie density from the sugar in mangoes can contribute to unwanted weight gain if consumed frequently and in large portions. Extra weight puts significant strain on your joints, particularly your knees and hips, which are crucial for leg function. This added stress can lead to joint pain, reduced mobility, and a decreased desire to engage in physical activities that would otherwise help maintain your leg strength. So, while an occasional slice of mango is fine, making it a regular, large part of your diet could be subtly weakening your foundation. If you love mangoes, enjoy them in smaller portions, perhaps half a mango instead of a whole one, and always pair it with a source of protein like Greek yogurt or a handful of nuts to buffer the sugar impact and provide a more sustained energy release. Following closely behind mangoes is pineapple, another tropical fruit beloved for its tangy sweetness. While pineapple is praised for its vitamin C content and the enzyme bromelain, which has anti-inflammatory properties, it too is surprisingly high in sugar. 1 cup of diced pineapple contains about 16 grams of sugar, and just like mangoes, it's very easy to consume much more than a single serving. The issue with pineapple for seniors, especially concerning leg strength, comes down to that familiar problem of rapid sugar absorption and the potential for inflammation it can trigger. Despite bromelain's benefits, the high sugar content can counteract any anti-inflammatory effects, especially in individuals who are already prone to blood sugar dysregulation. Consistent high sugar intake can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells become less responsive to insulin, forcing your pancreas to work harder. This can lead to a vicious cycle of elevated blood sugar and increased systemic inflammation. For your muscles, this means a less optimal environment for repair and growth. Inflamed muscles are weaker, less efficient, and contribute to that feeling of heavy, tired legs. Think about how important stable energy is for your daily activities. High sugar fruits like pineapple can give you a quick energy spike, but it's often followed by a crash that leaves you feeling drained and unmotivated. This fluctuating energy makes it harder to consistently engage in physical activity, which is the cornerstone of maintaining leg strength as you age. The occasional piece of fresh pineapple can be a delightful treat, but relying on it for your daily fruit intake, or consuming large portions, especially the canned varieties which often have added sugar, can be detrimental to your leg muscle health. Prioritize whole, fresh pineapple in moderation, and perhaps consider grilling it lightly, which can slightly reduce its glycemic impact. Or again, pair it with a protein source to balance the sugar load. Now, let's talk about a silent offender that many people believe is a healthy choice: fruit juice. Even 100% pure fruit juice, without any added sugars, can be a wolf in sheep's clothing when it comes to your leg strength. When you drink fruit juice, you get all the sugar from the fruit, but almost none of the fiber. The fiber in whole fruit acts like a natural brake, slowing down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Without this fiber, the sugars from fruit juice hit your system incredibly fast, causing a dramatic and rapid spike in blood sugar. This is even more impactful than eating whole, high-sugar fruits because there's no fibrous matrix to slow it down. Think about it: how many oranges would you eat to get the juice from one glass? Likely far fewer than what's pressed into that glass. This means you're consuming the sugar equivalent of multiple fruits in a single gulp, without any of the natural satiety that fiber provides. These extreme blood sugar surges are incredibly taxing on your body. They trigger a strong insulin response, and over time, contribute to insulin resistance and chronic systemic inflammation. This inflammation, as we've repeatedly emphasized, is a direct enemy of your muscle health. It impairs muscle repair, reduces protein synthesis, the process by which your body builds and maintains muscle, and accelerates muscle breakdown. If your muscles are constantly bathed in an inflammatory environment due to frequent sugar spikes from fruit juice, they simply cannot maintain their strength and resilience. This directly impacts your leg strength, making activities that require muscle power feel significantly harder. Beyond inflammation, the liquid calories from juice don't provide the same feeling of fullness as whole foods, leading to unintentional overconsumption of calories and potential weight gain. Carrying extra weight adds stress to your joints and makes it harder for your leg muscles to perform efficiently, further diminishing your strength and mobility. Instead of fruit juice, make a conscious effort to reach for whole fruits. If you enjoy the flavor, consider blending whole fruit into a smoothie, which retains the fiber, or infuse water with slices of fresh fruit for a refreshing, low-sugar alternative. Your leg muscles will thank you for choosing the whole, fiber-rich option over the concentrated sugar bomb of juice. Finally, we come to our seventh fruit, or rather, a category of fruits that often cause concern due to their high sugar content and rapid impact on blood sugar: very ripe melons, particularly watermelon and very ripe cantaloupe. These are summertime staples, incredibly hydrating and seemingly innocuous. However, their high glycemic index means they convert to sugar in your bloodstream very quickly. A cup of watermelon, for example, contains about 9 grams of sugar, but its glycemic index is very high, around 72. This means it causes a rapid and significant rise in blood sugar, similar to white bread or some candies. And how many of us stop at just 1 cup of watermelon on a hot day? It's easy to consume much more, quickly racking up the sugar intake, just like the other fruits we've discussed. These rapid blood sugar spikes lead to increased systemic inflammation. For seniors, this consistent inflammation acts as a silent aggressor against muscle tissue. It hinders the muscle's ability to recover from daily wear and tear, impedes the signals for muscle growth, and can accelerate age-related muscle loss. Think about it this way: your leg muscles are your primary movers, constantly working to keep you upright and mobile. If they are in a perpetual state of low-grade inflammation from frequent sugar surges, their efficiency and strength will inevitably decline. You might notice your legs feeling more fatigued, less powerful when you push off the ground, or simply aching more after a normal day's activity. Moreover, the quick energy burst from these high glycemic fruits is often followed by an equally quick energy crash. This sugar crash can leave you feeling tired, sluggish, and unmotivated to engage in physical activity, which is absolutely vital for maintaining and building leg strength as you age. When your energy levels are consistently unstable, it's harder to stick to a routine of walking, gentle exercises, or simply staying active throughout the day. This lack of consistent movement is a direct pathway to further muscle weakening and loss of leg strength. While watermelon and cantaloupe can be enjoyed occasionally, especially if you're active, it's crucial to be mindful of portion sizes. Consider pairing them with a source of protein and healthy fats, such as a small handful of nuts or a piece of cheese, to help slow down the sugar absorption and prevent those sharp blood sugar spikes. Prioritizing fruits with a lower glycemic index and higher fiber content, such as berries or apples, will provide a more sustained energy release and better support your overall muscle health and leg strength. So, there you have it. The 7 surprising fruits that, when consumed regularly and without mindfulness, could be subtly undermining your leg strength. We've talked about how dried fruits, grapes, bananas, mangoes, pineapples, fruit juices, and very ripe melons, primarily due to their high sugar content and impact on blood sugar levels, can contribute to chronic inflammation, energy crashes, and even accelerate muscle loss. It's not about villainizing these foods entirely, but about becoming aware of how they interact with your body, especially as you get older. Remember, the goal here isn't to eliminate all fruit from your diet, because many fruits are incredibly beneficial. The key is moderation, smart choices, and pairing these fruits with other nutrients to balance their impact. By understanding the why behind these recommendations, the way excessive sugar can lead to inflammation and ultimately impact your muscles and joints, you're empowered to make choices that truly support your strength and vitality. Marofui kurtorur hulio. Small, mindful changes in your diet can make a profound difference to your overall health and happiness, especially when it comes to maintaining that crucial leg strength that keeps you independent and active. It's about building a solid foundation, day by day, meal by meal. Think about incorporating more lean proteins into your diet, like chicken, fish, or beans, which are essential building blocks for muscle. And don't forget those colorful vegetables, packed with antioxidants and fiber, which help fight inflammation. Combining these with a variety of lower sugar, high fiber fruits like berries, apples, or pears, in sensible portions, will serve your leg strength much better. Your body is an amazing machine, and even small adjustments to its fuel can yield significant improvements. Don't feel overwhelmed by these changes. Just pick one or two areas to focus on first. Maybe it's cutting back on dried fruit, or swapping out your morning juice for a glass of water and a whole piece of fruit. Every positive step you take, no matter how small, adds up to a stronger, more resilient you. We're all on this journey of healthy aging together, and your experiences are incredibly valuable. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any differences in your energy or strength based on the fruits you eat? Share your thoughts, your challenges, or your own tips in the comments section below. Your insights could truly help someone else in our wonderful community. If you found this information helpful and empowering, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you more practical, easy to understand advice to help you live your best life at every age. Thank you for watching. And remember, your strength is your independence. Nurture it, protect it, and live your best life.